Hi, I'm Beverly Holden, and I've been sharing my journey of leaving the church and embracing spirituality. And today I have brought my daughter back, Gina Ninstill. Thank you, Gina, for agreeing to do this with me. I've been thinking lately about abundance and lack. And when I was in the church, I didn't understand anything about this receiving energy or limiting beliefs around lack, and so it's a new thing that I was taught and that I learned that I've really been happy about. And while I was contemplating that, I thought of Gina and all of the experiences that we shared when we lived together. After my divorce, I moved in with her, and before she moved away, we had quite the experiences. And so I'm going to ask Gina if she will share her experiences that she remembers uh, regarding abundance and lack. What do you remember, Gina?
Uh, I remember realizing that uh, my fear of lack or this belief in lack actually had nothing to do with money. And that came from doing A Course in Miracles. It was this idea of being secure in what my mind was telling me was my future. And when I got really comfortable in the moment I was in, it just started an avalanche. It started with student loan forgiveness, which nobody saw coming for
Mhm.
me. That happened. Then I get a letter in the mail from the bank saying that I had paid off my PMI, and so my mortgage payment was going to be considerably less. Then I got a raise at work, and it wasn't just a raise. I worked for the state of Oklahoma, and it was the largest raise in state history. Um, it was you moved in, and that was just a relief. So like we were sharing expenses. It wasn't just an abundance of money that showed up. It was an abundance of peace of mind, and the peace of mind came first,
Mm.
and then the money came after. Um, I thought that money was how I found freedom, and what I found was I just wanted the money so I could feel free, and I could go ahead and feel free now.
Mm.
I could go
Yeah.
ahead and have that feeling now. And then it wasn't just money that showed up, it was also relationships that showed up. It was friendships that showed up. It was joy. It was hobbies. It was, my life became more enjoyable on every possible level that I can remember. So, uh, now I think it's the same thing. I'm not always, what's cool is I forget to just be in this moment and I go off to this future or this past thing and then I feel not free and then I experience a little contrast and I'm like, "Oh yeah. I'm believing things that aren't true." And so now my ego is finding evidence of why I'm in trouble or financially insecure or whatever. And then it does not take long at all once I make the decision to focus, still the mind, calm down, go to the course, and then slowly things start to shift again. It was from the inside out. And I had been working my whole life thinking I was going to do these outside things, right? When my body's good enough, when I have this much money, when I don't have debt, when I'm married, I'm going to feel, then I'll feel better. No, I felt the way I thought all those things would make me feel first, and then all those things came.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I remember a time when you totally shifted. There was a time when, before I moved in, you were working two jobs. You had no time to yourself. You were tired all the time. You had mega bills. Um, and then something I watched you shift. And when you shifted from the inside, wow, all of these things happened on the outside. I joked with you. When you'd go to the mailbox, I'd say, "How much money did you get today? What notification did you receive that you're going to have more abundance?" It was just amazing. And then one night you were up worrying about something, and then I noticed it went the other direction. And I
Oh,
went,
yeah.
oh, what happened? What happened? And I brought it to your attention, and you went, oh, yeah. And you shifted right back, and then things started back in a positive direction. That was
Right.
amazing just to watch that. So, what about you and Carmen? Do you have anything to share about abundance in that regard?
Well, it's funny that you mentioned the mailbox thing because Carmen and I have this kind of routine we do every time the mail comes. We go, big money, big money, big money, big money, and we check it. And that's a rare that's a regular occurrence, and we frequently find all sort. I don't know. I got like two checks from some Facebook settlement. It was like 30 some dollars both checks, but okay. We celebrate whenever we see something. We make a habit of celebrating when we see somebody create something that we'd love to create for ourselves. Like there's this beautiful house being constructed on the creek, and it's a seven-figure establishment. It's gorgeous, but we pass it every time, and we go, "Bravo, bravo, great job!" It's just fun. It's fun that way. We just celebrate success where we see it. And one day the mail came and we were going, big money, big money, big money. And Carmen got this like notification of like $5,000 or something that she had in a retirement account that she didn't even know existed. Like, what is that? She's like, I thought we took this money out. I was like, we did. We did take this money. I thought. But it was there. And then she's her family is so generous with her and has gifted her. There has been financial gifts that are just like if we probably added them up all together, I just couldn't even. It's probably more money than I ever thought I would see in my certainly before you moved in, before A Course in Miracles, I thought I'd be working two and three jobs my whole, for 20 or 30 years before I had my student loans paid off, before I had my credit cards paid off, before I would ever have any kind of freedom. And now it's just if you asked me to explain every financial blessing that we have had just in the past few years, we don't have enough time in the day for me to sit there and explain all the ways with synchronicity and with love and generosity that things we get checks in the mail, we get bank wires, we get we get raises, we get clients. It's just like, oh. And what's really interesting is that's not why we're doing any of this. We're doing what we're doing because it feels so free and we're freedom seeking beings is what we're here to do. But that is just a reflection of what we've been working on the inside once again.
I love it. I love it. Now, what is it this about God's to-do list that you're telling me about?
We have a thing with God every morning. We do our Course in Miracles, and then we do a to-do list. And it's our to-do list and God's to-do list. And our to-do list is be grateful, uh, and show up. So it means I go to work, I show up for my relationship, I show up, walk my dog.
Mhm.
Um, when it comes to financial concerns, worry about anything that's happening outside of the moment I'm in, that's on God's to-do list. So buying a house, that's God's to-do list. Needing money for this bill over here, want to go on this trip, don't know how that's going to happen. That's God's to-do list. All of that. And
Love
he's pretty good about doing his
it.
list.
I bet he is. I know he is. Thank you. Thank you for this. Has been a great session. Thank you for agreeing to do this. Maybe we can do it again sometime. So, thank you.
Sounds good.
Thank you, everyone out there watching. I hope you'll join us next time.
Thanks.